Mr. Speaker, I yield 2 minutes now to the ranking member of the Health Subcommittee, Mr. Green of Texas.
The gentleman from Texas is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and members. I rise in support of the amendment to H.R. 2576, the TSCA Modernization Act, and that's an abbreviation for Toxic Substances Control Act. This bipartisan, bicameral legislation will reform our broken chemical safety law for the first time since 1976 and directly address TSCA's fundamental flaws. This legislation is a win-win for our district in East Houston and Harris County, Texas, home to one of the largest collection of chemical facilities in the country. The reforms contained in this proposal will enhance the protection for the workers in our chemical plants, the fence-line communities next to these facilities, and benefit the chemical manufacturers who will have a certainty in the nationwide market. Congress has worked on reforming TSCA for over a decade, and I personally have been working on fixing it since the statute since 2008. Though not perfect, the proposal before the House today is, in the words of the Obama administration, a clear improvement over current TSCA and represents a historic advancement for chemical and safety environmental law. Let me quote also a quote from the United Steelworkers. Overall, the amendments of H.R. 2576, the TSCA Modernization Act, do not result in a bill they would have written. However, there are significant improvements over the current law, including a fix to the 1991 asbestos decision that crippled the Environmental Protection Agency's ability to act. Now EPA must use a health-only standard to evaluate chemicals and reserve cost-benefit analysis for determining restrictions of harmful chemicals. Additionally, the bill includes increased EPA authority to review chemicals, a fee structure to fund the program, and protection of vulnerable populations, including workers. Again, that's from the United Steelworkers. The most notable improvements in this bill are replacing current TSCA burdensome safety standard with pure health-based standard, explicitly requiring the protection of vulnerable populations like children, pregnant women, and workers at the plants, requiring safety findings before new chemicals are allowed to go to market. Can I have another
gentleman,
30 seconds?
30 seconds.
Gentleman's recognized for 30 seconds.
Giving EPA new authority to order testing and ensure chemicals are safe with a focus on most of the risky chemicals. This legislation responds to concerns of the industry, provide regulatory certainty for job creators throughout our economy, and has the support of the Environmental Defense Fund, the Humane Society, the March of Dimes, and the National Wildlife Federation, along with the Machinists Union and the building trades. I urge my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to join me in supporting this amendment and help pass the first major environmental legislation in a quarter century. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields.